Good day. Thank you for allowing me to present my final capstone project, MRI Safety, What Can Go Wrong in the Magnet. This is an exciting event in my life. It's my final presentation in a quest for my bachelor's degree. This had been put on hold for nearly 30 years. My name is Mark Dodge. I'm the MRI technologist from Swedish First Till. I work the swing shift. I do overnight call 2 nights a week. And my journey to become an X-ray technology turned out into something a little more special. It led me down the path to MRI. I'm proud to hold the credentials of radiographer and magnetic resonance imaging technologist from the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. Recently, I had the chance to go to Las Vegas and become certified from the American Board of Magnetic Resonance Safety as a magnetic resonance safety officer. Now it is time to look at my project. Let's see what I've come up with. MRI is perhaps the most useful tool in diagnostic radiology. The purpose of my project is to bring to light MRI safety, how it affects the hospital personnel, MRI technologies, and relates to favorable outcomes for the patient. The question I tried to answer in this project is what can go wrong in the magnet and how do we push the needle to zero incidents? Unfortunately, issues continue to occur in relating to patient safety when MRI is involved, and the trend is not moving in the right direction. Most, if not all, institutions have guidelines and protocols in place to reduce the possibility of errors. Safety committees continue to gather data on this issue and seek solutions. The end result is reduction of risk to the patient. I've been working on my project and related MRI safety materials for well over 6 months. This was an opportunity to understand procedures and policies and dig a little deeper and get to the source of the matter. As I saw an article relating to MRI safety, I would gather it and place it in my MRI safety book. I began looking at hospital websites to see what other institutions had done. I had knowledge and had been involved with other medical facilities in the area and knew safety was a global issue. To complete what I needed for this project, I attended safety expert Dr. Manny Canal's MRI safety course in Las Vegas over the spring break. I have a lot of motivation for my project. Why? I do not want to see death occur in my MRI suite. It is a possibility. A sentinel event is one which death occurs, or perhaps harm to the patient. One such incident, which a patient died, was little 6-year-old Michael Colombini. In a desperate attempt to get his patient oxygen, the anesthesiologist brought a metal tank into the room. The result, the tank became a projectile and killed his patient. My motivation comes from seeing incidents up close and personal, even with proper safety screening and protocols in place. I've seen paper clips fly into the scanner at nearly 40 miles an hour. I recently saw a metallic gate belt that was buried under a patient's sheet eventually hit the edge of the bore with great stunning force. A patient recently smelled the flesh burning under his leg bandage, probably due to a medical dressing not MRI compatible. I also continually see artifact from bobby pins and metallic hair weaves. Proper MRI screening will help us eliminate this. As an MRI technologist, this is one of my favorite slides. This slide gives us a glimpse of what can go wrong in an MRI suite. Buffers, metal oxygen tanks, wheelchairs, IV poles, anything that's metal has been known to become a projectile and fly into the scanner. Dr. Canal said there are potential risks in the MRI environment, not only for the patient, but also accompanying family members, attending healthcare professionals, and others who find themselves only occasionally or rarely in the magnetic field of the MR scanner. such as security or housekeeping, firefighters, police, etc. What we do not want to have is somebody walk into the room that has metal on. This can be potentially hazardous. A broom, a mop, a gun. A gun could go flying into the bore and become discharged. If a patient is in the room in an emergency, we have to get him out because we cannot have firefighters run into the room with their tanks on. Any of this is a hazard. An integral part of MRI safety is to understand that the magnet is always on and creates a magnetic field at 1.5 Tesla, a magnetic field strength of approximately 30,000 times the Earth's own magnetic field is created. As we move up to a 3T scanner, the strength is doubled, 60,000 times the Earth's magnetic field strength. This is where the trouble begins, and ferromagnetic items can be easily pulled into the scanner of the magnet. One of the most valuable tools we have is the MRI safety screening form. This allows us a quick glimpse at patient safety. Do they have any contraindicated accessories or hardware? Do they have pacemakers, hearing aids? Do they have metal in their body? Do they have a wig on? Do they have anything that does not allow them to go into the scan room? Also, helping with the scan itself. Do they have dentures? Should we remove their hearing aids so that they do not get damaged? All of this matters. All non-MR personnel also must be screened. Any parents or family members wishing to accommodate their loved ones into the scan room must be screened also. Only MR technologists are trained in screening patients and can allow people into the scan room. My project recognizes there are dangers involved with MRI. A few of the potential dangers of the MR scanner itself and the need for safety include the static magnetic field, which can create projectiles out of ferromagnetic objects due to translational forces. The radio frequency magnet field creates heating in the patient, known as specific absorption rate, or SAR. This is a serious problem for patients. RF energy can cause induced heating in exposed wires and EKG leads. RF energy can also burn patients from not insulating them from the scanner itself. The last force, the gradient magnet, causes acoustical noise and may cause harm to the patient. Protocols for hearing must be maintained. Next, I will talk about the recommendations I see to improve safety at my place of work. My recommendations for improvement into the MRI safety arena include the following: partnerships and relationships with hospital staff, ongoing safety committee meetings, and bringing in non-MRI personnel into such meetings. Annual training for all staff members in the hospital. This may seem mundane, but a glimpse of what goes on in the MRI suite is needed. Attendance of an MRI safety course for all those technologists that have not attended should be a must. Now we shall look at my thoughts on the conclusion to my project. The conclusion of my project is this, and is simple. It is only the beginning for me. The original goal of my project was to present a teaching tool and safety program. What became crucial was my very own understanding of safety. We need to improve what we do. Education is the key. Ignorance is the blame. My project took a turn eventually, and what it is I acquired was knowledge of safety and the need to coach others, the nurses, the aides, the ER staff, and the doctors. This was acceptable. Prior to this project, it was not. By using Dr. Cannell's lessons, the information I gained from the many hours of researching academic articles, medical center websites, and the protocols they had throughout the country, along with reviewing our own policies at Swedish Medical Center, I now have a solid background to make decisions in the patient care in regards to safety. My project evolved, helping me become a better tech, and ultimately steered me in the direction of becoming an MRI safety officer. I can now securely participate in the decision-making needed for patients going into my scanner, using scientific knowledge and background, and the underlying safety principles which uniquely apply to MRI imaging. Thank you. My journey into MRI safety could not have happened without the dedication and help of the following people. I want to thank my friends at the Roosevelt Clinic, Aaron, Kirby, and Sharon. They allowed me to start my journey into MRI by letting me volunteer every Friday for over 3 years at the Roosevelt Clinic. They helped me participate in studies and learn the basics of MRI. I want to thank Michelle Friend, my mentor, lead, and safety officer at Swedish First Hill. The professors at North Seattle Community College, Christy Schur from the English department, Judy Learn, who gave me the basis of anatomy, and Devine Ayers. She let me play with cars in her physics labs and learn the basic forces in nature. At Bellevue College, my journey continued. Sherry Zupan, Chris Miller, Jen Anderson, Aaron Vernon, Darren Volchek, Shauna Chang, Jennifer Precuses all contributed to my knowledge. I want to thank the Library Media Center and Lisa LaPointe. Without their help, we cannot do projects like this. A special thanks to Maria for taking me under her wing and letting me fulfill my dream. I want to also thank Manny Canal. He gave me a new view on MRI safety. Lastly, I want to thank my wife. She gave me the inspiration and support to fulfill my dream and get a bachelor's degree. There was many a late night. She was my editor. She'd stay up late and help me. And let's not forget to mention the poodles, the kids. They missed many a walk as I continued my education. Thank you, everybody who contributed, and thank you so much.